Welcome to this IBM Systems Hybrid Cloud Showcase, Breadbox Groceries. The topic today is Z-Systems DevOps, Deep Dive Diagnostics. This is Dave Willoughby. We know DevOps is greater collaboration between application developers and IT operations. In this video, we're going to look at leveraging operation monitoring tools for greater developer insight, Deep Dive Diagnostics. We'll show automatic data collection for line of code level isolation in production, for later offline developer analysis using IT monitoring products. This is an additional use case for existing customer investment in IBM monitoring products such as IBM Omegamon. And we'll take action automatically for situations. In this video, show the completion of an Application Performance Analyzer or APA measurement. In the Systems Hybrid Cloud Showcase, we seek to use real-world use cases. In this case, give a context of a fictitious Breadbox grocery store, not just list the feature functions of our products and technologies at IBM, but rather present a real-world solution and support that solution by reference architectures, demos, and papers. To quickly tell the Breadbox grocery story, they started very small 50 years ago, but today have grown to a leading national grocery store retailing chain. But still, they want to do better. They want to be leaders in their industry. They want to engage more with customers, to get newer customers, as well as get customers to spend more money on each visit. One project at Breadbox Groceries is an engaging customer mobile application called Virtual Shopping List, whose goal is to drive additional sales and increase customer sat. It's based on Breadbox Groceries' existing loyalty program, but they've extended that to a mobile app. Before, a customer might have a manual way of remembering which groceries to get during their visit, but is prone to forgetting pretty common items that you might buy regularly. The Virtual Shopping List application, when you enter the store, goes to the purchase history of the customer, looks at regularly purchased items and how long it's been since they've been purchased, and creates a list for the customer of regular items they might want to get on their trip. Here's the logical architecture of Breadbox data centers with the infrastructure needed to support a large retail grocery store chain, their commerce and logistics. Breadbox Groceries decided to implement Virtual Shopping List as a hybrid cloud architecture with the elements supporting the mobile application, the list service recommendation service being Docker containers in IBM's Bluemix, backed by an IBM Cloud database for the persistent data for the application, but connecting through Data Power and ZOS Connect to the on-premise CICS and DB2 on the mainframe. And now that we have the backdrop of the Breadbox Grocery Virtual Shopping List application, let's talk about how Maureen, the application owner, and Michael, the IT admin, work together to support this application in production, how they leverage the IT monitoring tools for greater application insight. Michael, for his part, basically installs two files that were recently developed that create a proc front end to APA, or Application Performance Analyzer. Maureen is now in control. With her developer access, she can get onto the ITM TEP monitoring portal and set upper limits for her CICS transaction response times in what's called a situation. She does this after kind of baselining her CICS transaction in production, watching the performance under normal conditions on the TEP. From there, Maureen also creates actions to take when the threshold is exceeded, in this case to run an APA measurement. Optionally, it may be that Maureen's situation and actions may not be applied until Michael approves them. Maureen tests the measurement end-to-end once it's been applied in production with a brief sampling measurement, which is low risk. Now in the future, any anomaly that occurs will always be measured without intervention. No need to go back and do recreates. And Maureen and Michael just marvel how they have gone so far without putting this automation in place. The upcoming demo will feature two IBM products. Shown here, Omegamon XC for CICS is the IT admin product we'll show. It has a comprehensive set of counters and summaries, shown here, and we will use the service level analysis summary. The developer tool we'll see in the upcoming demo IBM Application Performance Analyzer, where we will focus in on increasing application understanding during stress or anomalous conditions where thresholds exceeded. Okay, now we can move to the live demo. Here is the Tivoli Enterprise Portal, or TEP, with developer Maureen logged in. In the upper left, we're seeing the topology of managed systems and subsystems, and MAS52 is our KICS region where the virtual shopping list is running. And the service level analysis workspace is what we're using. In the lower left, we see Btrans, which is the Breadbox Groceries KICS transactions that are running for application users that are hitting the backend DB2 for customer purchase history. And we can see in the last 5 minutes there's been 52 total transactions for a rate of 10 transactions per minute at an average response time of 29 milliseconds. I've heard customers say their main KPI for their application is average response time and total transactions per second. So in the upper right, I'm showing a plot chart of history as well as a real time growing to the right of average response time. So Maureen, for her virtual shopping list, is seeing average response times between 28 and 33 milliseconds. And in the lower right, the transaction rate, which is total transactions per unit time. And again, some history as well as real time, the graph is growing to the right. So now let's look at the situations that have been set for this workspace. We have the average response time warning that's currently set for 62 milliseconds as a threshold, but we'll lower it to 32 to give a trigger. And let's look at the action that's taken based on that. We're going to call this System Rex 08 hello program. And now the other main situation is to run APA automatically. So we'll look at that threshold. It's also set for 62. We'll artificially lower that to 32 as well to get a trigger. And the action for it is to run the proc front end that we talked about, HLPD PRC2. That's a front end to the APA batch measurement subsystem. And Maureen is passing the parameters she needs to pass for the measurement. The MAS52 is the KICS region. She wants 5,000 samples, provided a description, the target system, measure the KICS feature, and filter on KICS transactions for Breadbox Groceries that start with BB. And now let's go look at the system log to see what just happened. Let's shift over to the right so we can see more. And we'll so just close to the top, there's the start of the HLPD PRC2 with the parameters that were passed along on that command line. Scrolling down, you can see that Dave W APA started. That's the batch APA JCL running. We can scroll down a little further and we see sampling ended, that 30-second sampling. Also scrolling back, you see in the middle that Rex 08 hello 32 is that other action being taken, that system Rex program being called Rex 08. Puts in the log hello dear Dave W and 32 milliseconds. So this might help some customers that like to process the log for events. Other customers may have too much in their logs and would rather not have this, but it's a potential action that we're showing here. And now let's check to see if an APA measurement came in automatically. And yes, there's a new measurement today. We use the R action for reports. The EO1 panel has a good KICS summary. And it shows we've sampled 2 Breadbox BBIO transactions. Not a lot, but at least we caught a couple. Must have been lighter traffic. We're really interested in deep dive diagnostics to see where the CPU usage is going, and we want source code level isolation. So we got to load our listing file for this COBOL program, the BBIODB01. And now it shows the source map data is loaded. The red indicates it's active. Now we can go back to the Charlie 08 panel for CPU usage analysis. Is an interesting panel. Use the plus action to expand. Plus action again to expand. And here's the source statement in our COBOL program. Get customer orders is where a predominant amount of the CPU is being used, something we can work to improve. Users should be able to use the programs that were created for this demo as is, but for a quick behind the scenes, we can quickly peek at the code. So in system rex, we had the hello program that put a couple lines of messaging in the system log, including the average response time passed in from the TEP. And then that proc front end in the user proc live that gave us a calling capability to the APA batch system. That was this HLPD PRC2. And here you can see it creating defaults, and then parms are passed in on this parm card. And it prepares to call the rex program we'll look at next by allocating the internal reader. And then if we go back to system rex and look for that CAZ CC3, you can see it's getting the parameters passed into it, queuing up a bunch of cards to pass to the internal reader for creating that batch APA run. Let's also look at an enhancement to be considered. Going back to the Action tab for the situation to initiate automatic APA measurements, we're showing the current, what was demonstrated, system command dialog entry. But let's consider if we enhance that, and here's a mock-up of a potential enhancement, giving another radio button for APA sampling, and then a series of dialog entries and a radio button for features. In this demo, we saw how developers and admins can work together, have greater collaboration. We also showed that we can leverage monitoring tools for greater developer insight. IBM monitoring product, OmegaMon, and a developer product, Application Performance Analyzer, or APA, go really well together. Thanks for watching.